Hello, everybody. We're back with another stream. Took a really good sleep. I was really exhausted. Um, I think my body is kind of paying for the little switch over I did when I started a new job. I worked days like the very first week, then went nights where I'm at right now. Then I had to go back days again for some HR training and the nights. I think my body's paying for receipts for back then now because I think this is the tiredest I've been on my days off in a while. So I've been just kind of taking it easy breezy until then. So what we're gonna do tonight on the stream is we might go do one of those so we can get a full pull. I'm gonna look to see what's even in here now. Okay, there's really nothing in this thing I need anymore. I don't need the G. I don't need the G 5 parts. I don't need these G these epic ships anymore for the G5. And about the only thing I get out of this is going to be Jonathan Archer shards. So it might be time to start thinking about retiring this deal. The only thing that really helps me as far as game wise goes are these bonus packs. So I need to actually run one to get this so I can get my parts and stuff that I need. And I need to do 3 of them to be able to get a full pull. So we may go do some of those real quick. I also need to go make a solo run to make sure that to see if it's possible that I can make this second pull. I don't think it will be, but I may have a few, at least a directive to start one, and we'll see that real quick. That'll be one of the first things that we do after I send these miners out to mine. And then we've got a couple of events that I'm going to combine with my dailies. I'm going to use normally I always never use Klingon for my dailies. I always use Romulan or that, but tonight the other two will get the love. And I decided until they do something different with this Syndicate XP for the invasions, until they do put something different in the Syndicate XP in here, um, I'm not gonna do the grind part of the invasions because I number one it doesn't help me anymore because number one the Syndicate XP. Of course, there's this, but I said, yeah, you have to. Let's look and see the grind. See, look how much grind I would have to do to get up there, and I don't want to do it this week. I mean, helped carry this server for so long, going up there, grinding it. I've got 20 billion of the loot stored up. I could probably set out this thing for 2 years and still make pulls. I've got so much loot because they won't do anything. Now, if they ever do something about what they promised with uh, the cooldown here and not make it an entire day, if they did it like 8 hours or 4 hours like it should be, you might see me engage with it so I can get um, more shots at these of the stuff in here. But it doesn't change for because because of the way they got it set up. I can't get um, where's the store? Okay, they got the store in here. Well, the only way you can get stuff in the store is earn it through the loot, and there's no loot you can get on day one, and unless you just don't spend it last time. I will this time around if I get enough to make a pull, I'm going to go for the galactic acclaim instead of Gwen, but just because I have other sources to get Gwen now, and the galactic acclaim is a little bit more important to me than Gwen. Not because it's not because she isn't a great officer, she's an outstanding officer, but over here in the faction store, I think I might be able to make some pulls in those boxes too, so I can show you that other part of this. Come on. Gosh, this thing's slow tonight. Okay, so we'll go into augment. So I think I got a few pulls. Well, there's that. We can view that. Yeah, we do. All right. They finished while I was asleep. Man, I may have to go and clear the localization. I don't know why it's reacting so slow. It's because we got invasions going on. Let's be honest. They don't know how to put something in the game without breaking the rest. Look at this. Okay, so it didn't even do my pull. Oh, there it goes. All right. Let's see. Well, I, you know what, guys? Forget this. We're gonna go out of here and do. It looks like it's broke. Let's at least try a localization clear and see if that'll help. So you guys are gonna see black screen for a little bit. I'll be talking, so it doesn't seem like the stream's down, but it looks like it's some stuff is broke in the game because we're running invasions. God dang, man. So, hmm, I'm wondering. See, look at this. Look how long it's taking it to load. It's not on my end because I got the fastest internet that AT&T has. So, and it is the fiber optic, the quickest one they actually have, not just the quickest in my area. Um, See, all these are not even loaded yet. Damn it! Looks like the game is broke tonight. And I didn't see that earlier because I didn't really do that much. I was talking to you guys most of the time and running those uh, Rev solos up there. Please check your. See, that's not my internet. Even though we have had storms here in the Dallas area, that's not what the problem is. It's because they put mechanics in the game that maybe work for the mechanic might work, but it screws up the rest of their game. Because we were having some weird issues during the tournaments. There were times where I would have to go in and out of the screen several times just to redeem stuff in that store. It seemed to be worse on the phone and the iPad than it was on my Mac. But you're seeing loading. Let's see, this one's still didn't load the events yet. Let's go ahead and just do some stuff in here. Maybe it'll catch up. And we got blank screen. Now let's go back. There we go. So we're gonna have to do some game jujitsu here to do some stuff tonight because there is stuff I need to do. I can't just say screw the game and watch TV because there's stuff I need to do in the game because I didn't do it earlier. Okay, first of all, we're gonna go ahead and do what we're gonna do before. I'm gonna set the miners out, so even if the game kind of craps out, I can get my mining done. Okay, let's So I'm going to head over to the 70 space. I'm going to send my crystal and my gas miners there. And now I'm going to go to one of the hazards space that I can go into. I think, guys, I'm going to have to go ahead and make that damn Minerva so I can get a little bit higher because I know it is possible to mine ore in that system because I've seen one of my alliance members do it, but he's a ROM guy, so he's got his uh, Minerva, so he's got that hazard research that I don't. So I'm gonna have to go in there and make that stupid Minerva this weekend. So I'm not gonna spend any of my Romulan credits on anything. I mean, I'm really close anyway, so it's not gonna be. I mean, I've been pulling those. I've been farming or harvesting or earning those shards in other places. So I've almost got a 3/4 of one done, and I've never made a pull for one. So that might be something like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll start going to the faction store. I'll make the daily redeem, which I haven't done yet in the Romulan, and we'll go ahead and start pulling parts. Okay, we'll go up here. And I have to just do this. See, I'm really close to pulling it. It won't take long for me to get this with as many of these credits I earn every day. And it kind of blows. I've got to make this ship just so I can get hazards for my miners. And that's locked down. Like the other one, I can only take to tier 7 because I don't want to take my Akura and my Navarre to tier 11, past tier 11, so I can unlock that. So that's kind of stupid. Damn, I almost got another one of these. I made this and I scrapped it. No, I did. Yeah. No, I didn't. I don't think I've ever made one of these. Okay, so you can see I almost got half of what I need for this. Um, thought I no, I think it was the other battleship, the Trib. The Trib's the one I made and scrapped. This one I've never had because number one, it was never that good compared to the other ones, and I already had the cube at that point, so there was no point to make it. And I don't think it as the ships goes, it's one of the least coolest uh, Romulan ship. They could have made it a little bit more meaner looking than looks like a it looks like a mining ship actually. It looks closer to this one than this bad puppy right here, the Sanctus. They could have made it a lot meaner looking, you know what I'm saying? They did a perfect job on this incredible uh awesome looking ship for this Scimitar, I guess is how you say that. I don't know. But that's one of the meanest looking, coolest looking ships in the game. Unfortunately, it isn't, but it looks the part though. All right, so we're gonna go into here and go ahead and make the redemptions here. I'm not gonna spend. I don't. There's really nothing in the Klingon I have to spend anything on, so I'm gonna just let these credits grow. And I recently used all my Federation credits to build. What did I build this week? Oh yeah, I built that Enterprise D um, for the spend event, the mat spend event, and that's something you can do. I don't know if anybody's told you that you can use these ships even though you don't need them. You can scrap them later. the ones that you can, and you can use that to help you in those turn those events on the weekend. And a lot of the ships, the ones I don't, the extra ones I got, I built for that very purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've got. If you look in my ships, that's why I've got two Sanctuses because I grind a lot in Romulan space and I grinded one out for free. The same thing with the Corvus, and you can see right here I've got two of these Vorchas. This one of these will get scrapped. All this will get scrapped. I'll scrap all both my Corvuses. I'll scrap this one. I'll keep. You know what? I'll probably keep one of my Sanctuses, and I'll keep one of my Cozies. No, you know what? I'll get rid of both Sanctuses and keep one of the Cozies. I still use my Cozy a lot to uh, for armadas in 60 space and below. So those will stay, but a lot of these are going to gone, man. As soon as they start open up the floodgates, and if he keeps his promise too that we're going to be able to scrap these ships too, those will all go gone, and will help my 58 ships. Because eventually that's what I'll do. I'll end up only have maybe keep two of my Selkies, my two biggest ones, and I'll scrap both of those if it allows you to do all three of these. That uh, if it allows you, because I just grounded. See, this one here, I use faction credits for both of these. This one was half and half. These were ones I just grinded out from various places where I hit. I earned a sulky uh, shard because let's see how many I got right now. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm close to another one. Let's go in the shipyard. I mean, I'm doing novas all the time. You know, probably got enough to even make another nova. But why? I'm never gonna use it. Let's see. No, I don't have any. I'm surprised about that. But you can see I'm about halfway on another nova. And man, I don't like these right here. These I don't you get these too. You can see that I've almost got on this level of ship. I've got a bunch of blueprints that I earned grinding. But that's kind of slowed down a little bit because I'm not in faction space grinding very, except for dailies and stuff. I mean, I used to grind out all kinds of ships when I was using it to do rep, which I don't do anymore. Let's see. Let's go into look at the other ships. We're gonna get rid of those ships, but let's see where I'm at. See, I'm closest on the Minerva, which is weird that it's a. Why is it in front of my cause? Even out of all the other ones. Oh yeah, while I was like I woke up about an hour and a half ago. I've been talking to the guys on my alliance about some things that have been going on. We had kind of a long conversation, and uh, while I was doing that, I was just like redeeming stuff. And while I was redeeming stuff, earlier I'd made all those pulls with those solos. I had one of those that came up in there, and I made a full pull, and I was able to take my rev up to 14, and then I was able to make those pulls again. So now I'm like, well, I got recall. Let's do. What did I do that for? Okay. Oh hell, I'll send in my damn note. Mine. You know what? Why is that not on the node then? Okay, put that there. We need to send this back. I don't know where it's at. Okay, so let that one mine. Then we'll go into this system where I got both my other ships. I'm gonna look for decent nodes, which may be harder because more and more people know about this system. Maybe stuck with using just that one for my. Oh, here's another. Now that one's even smaller. Okay, let's start looking for gas. Looks like those are. Looks like find one over here. Here's an empty one. Yeah, that one's not even smaller. There's one with 700 and something. I think it's what? Oh, the one next to it. Right next to it. Okay, so we got our miners set up to do their business tonight. And one way I got set up here, this is going to give me two different uh, scores. I'm going to score from the hazard and the ore for the Romulan, and of course I got crystal and got gas for the other two. And maybe some of you guys that are lower players, I haven't redeemed any of my dailies at all yet. And see what you happen when you're triple or double, uh, your double rep you got locked out, and this is what you get. You start getting. For me, I got 3 sets of dailies for my factions. I don't do them all every. Usually, I'll do all the mining ones and then two of the hostile ones. And most of the time, it's either I'll do the Fed, hit Fed hostiles, and get points for Romulan and Klingon. If there is an event that for rep, I won't do those. I don't do those very much anymore, just because for the same reason that they got Syndicate XP as the payout, and I've got it maxed out now, so there's no reason to do it. But you also got your free booters. Um, I would say, guys, when you get to the point where you're 40 or above, these are going to be the most important uh, part of your deal, because what it will do, it won't do it for me because there's no for the hostile part of it here. There's no freebooter 70 system. If there was, I could go in there and hit I think it's when these you have to hit like 11 or 12. You hit 11 or 12 and it clears all your hostile ones, and it also clears all of these. And but they don't. That was one of the things that GM guy or CEO guy was talking about, that they were going that he thought was a good idea for them to add some higher systems of freebooters, which I hope they do. Because I would love to go in one system and clear all three of these at one time, and then also I won't have to deal with the hazard anymore. I can find another way to redeem those. Um, so we're gonna have to go into Klingon space because there's a Klingon space hostile event going. So what we can do is we can double up on what we're doing here. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna go up here and do my. Uh, I'm gonna go up here and do my uncommon 6G solo armadas to begin with. So we're going to put our armada crew in here. But to do the rare, that's actually the one I need to do for to make a pull. I'm going to have to do something different. Though I may be able now that man, I got the sneezes. I may be able to one shot these now, but I just don't want to take a chance to waste the directives, if that makes any sense, because my second cube barely scores any points on it. Okay, something's not right. Why did I not get? Hold on, let's see what's going on here. No, all my ships are in this. I'm pretty sure I put all mining people below. Let's do that again. I don't know why it didn't equip my guys fully. Let's go in here and see. Okay, go to a Marta crew. Where's Neelix at? Okay, he's in the mining ship. I just stuck him on there. I don't need him on there. So that's okay. So we don't have a major one like, oh crap, I can't do this now. In fact, they were just fillers. Um, let's go down here. We'll look for some officers to replace them. Definitely put him there. Uh, trying to see somebody I know that will work on both, or we could just fill it with power. No, it's a cube, so morale. I don't want that. Uh, we could put we definitely could put Himmer or Odo down there. I'll put Himmer. So we can go. We're gonna jump. I got a full set of jump juice, so that's good. So we're gonna go in here. These will all count for the. They won't count for my dailies because they're not high enough, but they will count for this event that we're doing now. Oh, and let's make sure I pitch the ticket for it because it has a ticket. Before we waste something, I don't know if I click the ticket or not. I don't know. I don't know why they did it that way. Yeah, I gotta join it. So let's join that now. And let's go. Speed it up. I'm gonna have to watch. I used a lot of speed ups. I might need to go into that uh, faction and make that pull. I'm sure it's up there now. Okay, so what we can do also while we're in here is use the cutting beam to score. Let's see if we can find another. This looks like this is not a. So the next biggest ship I can hit is this one. We had some explorers in here. We could get the 69 Explorer, but it looks like it's not a system with explorers. We've got battleships and. Um, so let's go ahead and do that. So that's going to double score the event for us. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a few minutes when we do this rare. That if those directives weren't so hard to come by, I would definitely give it a try to see if I could solo one of these. Now where the cube is, I'll know for sure next when I do be able to tear it up a little bit more. That's gonna happen for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit these. Oh, here's a battleship I can hit. This is just gonna fill my loot up. I think I've already got enough for a decent pull already from the other night. I'm looking seeing where the other one is. There's the other one down here. Okay. I don't want to use. I want to at least have a few for that event that's coming up. I don't want to get crazy with it, but I like making full pulls. There's a 68. We'll hit that one after we do speed this one up. And I may just go. I just may for the event. I may go up here and just hit as many of these 69s as possible, so I can make this thing die. So it'll speed everything up. Okay, let's just go here and toggle. Oh, I got cutting beam. I can do. Let's go ahead and do this one. All right, let's go ahead and just go to town on these. I mean, I don't have a quote good PV hostile grinding crew on here, but honestly, this one's not bad. I wouldn't use it in regular gameplay, but you can see I'm going to be able to kill these pretty easily. Like I said, it's always the hazard that's killing you anyway in these systems. Of course, you're getting some hull damage. I mean, I need it for this event anyway, so I might as well grind some out while I'm in here. Let it maybe even get the beam up a little higher. I can beam another one. There we go. We can get a. We can find someone to beam. As soon as that one. Whoops! I'm on this planet. Let it do its thing. All right. All right. Let's go. 69. Next. 68. I'm just gonna go here and put as many as I can. It'll just help me finish this milestone event a lot faster. Okay, do we have enough for a beam yet? Let's see. No. I'll just keep it on there. Totally. I don't know that we'll get it before we die, but every little bit will help. And when we do, I'm going to change ships. I'm going to put my other cube here, and then we'll use the DS9 bridge crew, and then we'll just fill it with stats. Okay, we got enough. We'll get this one. Okay, I'll go ahead and do this one. I figured it would be dead by now. There you go. Okay. All right. Let's see how many milestones we hit by just screwing around doing stuff that we would do anyway. Let's see, where is that one? I think we only hit the first one. No, that's the wrong. That's like the main event. Yeah. See, we only hit the first one. So this, as I remember that other night, man, it was pretty. The milestones are pretty decently high, but the 70s score really high on it. So we'll actually uh, do some major damage once we get up there. Okay, so now we're going to go in the 68 system. And I'm going to go ahead and set my cube on here and swap ships. I'm going to send my Armada cube first, see if I got directives. I'm hoping that I do. Because I would definitely like to make a better pull than what I'm going to make with that one. Okay, so let's put Cisco. Okay, I don't want the Q's below. That's not going to help me very much. We can put Mariner down there and Tindy down there and the Doctor down there. And her and Pike is a pretty even stat guy. So that'll be our bottom. And let's see, let's go. I thought I put group. I'd put below deck. So we'll put Miles up here. And if you need to punch up, I've seen some people back when we were having hard times killing some of these ones before. Um, Let's go with power. Say you don't have your DeMarco's not very high or whatever, and 79's not very high, but you do have Lorca. I've seen people go do this setup with on Armadas, but I'm gonna go ahead and go back with the full synergy group with this. But I've seen people using that to help them punch up. Put Lorca there instead of Changeling Kara. So we're gonna go in the 69 system. So first we're gonna send this one. We'll start it, and if it, we'll see how much directives we got. I'm hoping we have at least one. I'm really hope we got two, but I don't think I do. I think I may be lucky to have one. No, I do have two starts. Yes. So we have a good chance to make a double pull here. Jump. Yeah, it's a good thing I had a full set of jump juice here because I'm going to be using some tonight. And see what you're going to see here. You're going to see the my main one's going to fully charge and that one's going to barely charge. So that's telling me that this one's doing most of the damage and that one's doing some. So it looks to me that I probably could solo this now, but I'm gonna have to wait till I got directives. Um, like I said, these are hard. These are harder to come by than the epic because when I make this double pull, I'll get a full set of epic uh, uh, deal. But when you make a full pull in the uncommon, you only get half. So you got to do two complete full pulls to get one set of directives of the rare. The rare are harder to come by. Oh shoot! I should have used the beam to. I was thinking too much about this. And see, I don't even have a full charge on my D one, so I'm gonna send it back. There's no reason. What I can do, let's see if we got any. Yeah, we got a 69 up here. I'm gonna go ahead and use that one to use the cutting beam and see if we can find a second one. That's the biggest. That's the highest hostile that my beam can hit. Is a 69 and Explorer. I guess because it's the weakest of the three ships. I don't know. It won't do that with a battleship or interceptor though. Like it won't kill a 68 battleship, but it will kill a 68 interceptor or explorer. Oh, so we were able to do one of the milestones here because it's a little bit less. I could probably even go into 60 freebooters and finish that one out. Somebody's grinding in that system because I got a uh, what you call it? Well, what fortification? So somebody's in there grinding. Let's see. Somebody from my alliance is grinding. Let's see who it is. I don't see him in here. Wonder why they did that. I don't know if he just maybe he did it to use it. I don't know to get score for the dailies. But it had to be either it had to either be who is this? Let's see who this is. Num or SGP here because there's nobody else in my alliance in this system unless they came in here and died, from the hazard or something. Oh, there's no hazard in here. Huh, that's weird. Yes, they still be grinding away. And now, but the problem is these are independent ships, so they wouldn't count for any of your dailies. They would count for anything else though, that didn't specify hostiles. Let's see, what do you get? I think you just get parts, maybe. Yeah, you get a bunch of parts. So this wouldn't be the most dumbest thing to do, to come in here and grind out your trying to get parts, maybe. Or like I said, if there's an event that doesn't specify which hostile you have to knock down, because there is no hazard here, where in the other 70 space and there is. But if I was going to do that, to me it would be better to go into the Mirrorverse and hit those hostiles. Or if you need to fill your Gorn stuff up, go to the Gorn system. Those are like the easiest 70 hostiles in the game. Now, what I am going to do for you guys, what I am going to do, you guys, I'm going to show you something you can do with a junker that even though I don't plan on doing much of the grinding on here, but I'll show you a crew you can use for these invasion hostiles. I got to wait for my stuff to get back though. I'm going to go grab something to drink while they're flying back, but there is a crew that you can use that's going to just crush those, and you can do those, sit in there in those systems and grind all day. I was sitting there in the 65 system using my Rotarian, using it back in the day, and I was watching people's G6 ships come and go and repair, and I'm still in there. But I will show you the crew that I would use, and show you, I'm going to use a lesser ship so you guys can see that it's not my ship that's doing it, it's actual crew. I actually took my NX-01 and took it in the 62 system because I was tired of giving up all the loot. Six of 11 instead of Lorca. Yeah, that's the 5 of 11, 6 of 11 Con is a real good early player Armada setup because you get them in the game sooner. That was the one I used to use forever before the DS9 came in the game. So yeah, that's a decent crew. I'll show you another crew that you can use for Armadas that is really good too for a lower player. You can use Jean-Luc Picard, uh, Bev, and let's go back to power. Well, strength, and you can use her. Now, data, you can use data there too, but data is a really hard officer to source. Uh, Still, the only way you can source data is through those missions from the shuttle bay, and those are one of the few that I actually do when they pop up. But you can use data there. That's a good Armada crew. Now, for loot, you can use Geordie as captain as well, and then any combination of these three, but I would leave Bev always. Um, but it depends on your alliance. A lot of people Believe it or not, there are alliances out there that frown on people using the loot crews to steal most of the loot. You can make somebody really pissed off. Is the GS3 a good to buy for PvP mostly in our alliance? To be honest with you, I can't tell you that. I would not use that ship for that. Um, but what that ship, you're gonna see me use this ship in a minute for something else. Though it's good to put a loot crew in there and stick that thing in there and fill that big cargo hole up. Um, I'm gonna show y'all a couple of options that for these invasion hostiles here in a minute. All right. So let's go to one that cube I just got back. Okay, we're gonna use this cube slot because most of the officers that I'm gonna use are gonna be in this one. So first thing we're gonna do is we're going to swap it, and you can use you could use the rev, but my rev is pretty high tiered now. Even when it was lower tiered, I could use it, so I'm gonna go lower. This is 2 billion. The So what you want to do is I'm going to go put my regular hostile crew below. And the thing is, you don't need loot boosts because you get these hostiles give you so much loot that you'll fill your cargo hold too fast. And this is one of the reasons I'm using the ship, so I can get loot, but you don't need it. Is what I'm saying. So I want you put my PvE crew, but I'm not going to use this group, even though it's good, it works. But for these invasion hostiles, I'm gonna go lower deck so I can get it easier. So I'm gonna take Gwen. I'm gonna put her in the captain chair for just a second. Okay, there she is. That's what I want to get. So I'm gonna put uh that. Then let's go just okay group. Let me find her. You put that bridge crew together on for these invasion hostiles. Um, they do damage. I want to go to the high system with this junker. I'll look to see if I can find another ships that can get there so you can see the difference or what this crew does. It's not just a junker that's doing this, it's a crew. But we'll fly there. This is the highest system you can go to. But it will work on whatever level that you can get your ship to as well. Because like I said, I was using my my NX 01 and the 62 system just fine. And it's over. I think it's over here. Yeah, I was taking my NX01 into this system. It's a little bit too weak for. I mean, it will kill them. It won't kill very many of them. It won't do it effectively. I can take my junker, completely fill the whole hull of this junker, and I'll barely have any hull damage. And you're looking at, for me, that's 23 million in this loot. That's why I got. That's why I got 20 billion of it. I can't spend fast enough. And plus, this server needed me to go push those guys that have to win it to come up here and grind. But the problem is, what the reward is for me to go up here and grind these, I can't. It doesn't help me because I already got my Syndicate XP completely tiered out. So what I would get for rewards here doesn't help me at all. So I go in here. What happened? Oh, it took the wrong ship up here. Dang it. Yeah, those guys think I'm coming up there to kill them because I've got a PvE crew on that one. I bought some sliced bell peppers at the store earlier. That's what I'm eating right now. Put a little salt on them and they're really good. Yeah, sometimes I'll listen to my body when I see something in the store like that, like vegetables or fruit that sounds good. I'll go ahead and buy it and eat it because your body has a weird way of craving something that's good for you sometimes. And this would be a lot better than eating chips or something. The G31 is similar to the debuff in the Mantis, yes. You can use it like that too. Like where my junker is, what I was doing it the other day is when I got into the system for combat arenas, I was using that beam. The beam was strong enough to kill those 40 level hostiles. So I would have a free armada right out of the gate. It was almost as good as trying to farm those Devars in that system. Okay, so we're here. So it's an explorer. You always want to stay with the battle triangle. And we'll do that to start with. Just now, this beam that it shoots out, it's not. It does nothing on these. I mean, it gives you a little bit of hull damage, but it's not worth. For me, not worth even trying. You can see it's going to fill up. I hit 23 of these, and it's gonna be full. You can see I have no hull damage. It's a two. It's a not a 1.5 billion ship. So it'd be wouldn't even be. It'd be a lot lower than my Rotaran that I would have brought in here. I, but just until you can see what the power range of these ships when if you're doing it for the first time, always stay with the battle triangle. But I already kind of know that it really does. This ship is strong enough. It doesn't really make any difference. At least on these hostiles, it doesn't. So I can just go in here and the bad thing is going to give me all these uh, milestones. I'm doing this for you guys. Because like I said, this is not helping me at all. Um, but this is something most of you guys are going to have to. You do want to engage with when you can use the XP or whatever. Even though I think that it's a dumb reward for this event, what we need is the loot that we can spend in the store instead. Because basically day one, you don't have any, you can't do anything but come in here and do this and make your pull if you got some of the scrap left from last time. See that was a milestone from the scrap that I got right there. That's from the actual event. There's two events going on right now. There's the main event and where I got the payoff there for the scrap was for this milestone here that has it's like a server wide. I think you get the reward after I hit the very first one. It would give me a reward because I put something into the deal. But you know, this is not hurt. This is not help. This is helping that because I'm definitely. I got a free a free treasury this time around. So it's helping for that. Help me kill some hostiles, get those off the books. But as far as it goes, I just kind of want to let you to see how easy it is to fill the ship. And some of you lower guys, there are systems that you can. I think there's a couple of systems you can port into. So, so a good strategy to build up that loot would be able to fill the ship up, go dock, get rid of it, and then go right back at it. That's what I did. They used like the very first one that they did. They put this in 65 Klingon space, and it was actually a place where you could dock. So what I was doing with my Reterian, I'd fill it up, then dock, and then hit some more. Because I don't like leaving loot on the table. And your loot fills up so fast in this thing that you are going to leave loot on the table unless you use something huge like this. I'm trying to think of a lesser ship that I can have that I can put up here that I know has a warp range. But that is about like this is I mean strength wise this is about a mid 50 ship. But the thing is none of my mid 50 ships can get up here. Or I would show you that. I mean I could get the disco and bring it up there, but I think my discovery can go here. Let's see. See, it's not as powerful. Is it powerful? Yeah. See, my Sanctus is more powerful than the the Junker. Um. So yeah. So you're looking at slightly up where mine's at is slightly over like a maybe between the 56 and the 60 53. Yep. And I'm handling these 65s like it's nothing. And it's crewing. It's all crewing. I can tell you that. The ship is decent, but it's not that good without them. See, I could stick my best PvP crew, and right now I'd have like probably maybe I'd be lucky to have 2/3 of my hull right now. But literally, with with my Rotarian, I came up here. I hit over 750 of these on one haul using this exact crew. Okay, now I think I went over a couple past the full, but this is the crew you want for this. Let's see what we got on the milestone. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I'm about. Well, I only got one more to go. Then I'm done with the milestones, but I'm looking for another shop to buy it. Another chip to buy at level 40. Huh. It's harder for me to look for to see what level 40 you could get you because I'm past there. It doesn't give you the ops level that unlocks. I don't think anymore. No, it doesn't. Well, you know what? I bet I can do. I can set it up. Shipyard level. Here we go. I know where the. I'll go over here where the Katinga is. That's a 42. I know. So we can look down. If you don't have the Vidar is definitely worth um, trying to get. I'm trying to see where is the. There's the Katinga. So any of these down probably. Enterprise, NX01, definitely. I mean, it's an easy loop. You'll be able to tear it up fast. Um, these you have to do to engage with a loop. You don't have any choice. This is one of the hardest ships in the game to tear up. This one is difficult too, but not nothing like that. This one here, this Vindicator, uh, if you're on a real strict budget and you don't want to do like 30 of these specialty ships that they all open up for you at 40, skip this bad boy. Because really the only thing that it gives you at all is this. And once you get the other ones done, then go back to it because what it does give you is skill points for like Lorca and Sloan. You can see even though I mean it has some good officers in here if you don't have them, but for me at least, I always just get patterns. I got so many of these I have tiered out already that and some of the ones that are left besides the Strange New World officers and maybe Dax. I don't care if I get Tully. Tully's not that great of an officer. Uh, but I like getting Sam Kirk. I like getting Sam Kirk, Julian, or uh, either of these two. But I seem to always pull one of these. One of these rares already got tiered out. I usually get patterns. Right now, I don't even have anything in there to make a pull with. I already used the loot for the week. And that's the thing about it. This is a hard loop to keep loot in because you've got to do probably at least 10 armadas for it to even put any loot in here. And they usually do that. I think it's either on Wednesday or Thursday that they do the event. And you see the repair bill was real cheap. So if I do find somebody that goes after my ship, because I go after a bunch of ships in the game, and I die, it's not gonna be a big deal. I'm trying to think of, but I'll let y'all see that crew one more time. But this is the best. This is the best crew I could find to. Now, if the loot was harder to come by, which you saw that it's not, you could take Paris out and put the Doctor to get a loot boost. But I'm telling you, it's generous on the loot. You're gonna fill your ship up fast, no matter what level you put it at. You don't need it. Yeah, I'd rather have the power so I can hit more of them. Now this is another thing. I think let's go ahead and put the NX-01 on there. Go lower deck. See if there's anybody else I can stick in there. I'll put him in. No, he wouldn't need it because it doesn't. I'm trying to remember. Does those have isolate damage? I think they do. I don't know. I'll have to go up there and read that and see what the. Let's just find somebody. Let's pick Hugh there. So I'll go with the 62 system with the NX-01, and it's like only 800 million in strength. I got defaulted on somebody's asking this very question in GC, and the crewing that they're giving them is decent, but it's not as good as the one I just told you. It would work, but I'm gonna hit about 2 or 3 of those so you can see the hull damage. But this is punching way up. Because I got tired of leaving so much. My Rotarian only has like what I think it's like 3 million cargo hull, and it would fill up like in 3 hostels. Let's see what this one is. There's a mission. Yeah, put a ship in here. I don't think I'll be strong enough to kill it with that. So I'm gonna start out with a 61. Just got 61, 62s, and 63s in here. Oh gosh, I went against what's triangle. Okay, I forgot. Explorer. So I got to go for interceptors. And you can see I'm not really having any hull damage. But you do, when you go for the 63s, let's find one. There's one. That's where you're getting close to. Let's see. We'll see what the power differential is. So you're looking at almost 2 trillion versus, or is that right? No, 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 that's not trillion. Yeah, it is. Versus, look at the no, yeah, that is a bill. That's a billion. Yeah. So you're looking at double the power differential. I mean, it's not it, and it's also you can see it is filling this. This one has a bigger cargo hull than the Junker does. So I could sit up here and grind for the loot all day if you needed the loot. I need the loot like a hole in the head right now because I've got so much of it. But you see, you can effectively grind your NX-01 in the 62. Just for grins, let's take it up to the 65 and see um, how well it does. I haven't done this in a while. I did it when this first came out, and it didn't do a very good job. But I've got done some more research for hostile stuff and the G6 stuff. This is probably early G6 for me when this came out on the game. I probably had none of that research done. Okay, with the GS31, you're to advance it, you're gonna have to be able to do the solo armadas. These epic solo armadas. You're gonna have to be able to do. I think 50 is as low as it goes. So you're gonna have to be able to do these to be able to tear that thing up, man. If you don't think you can, if you're not strong enough to get through here, you're not gonna be able to get loot. Is there a 40? I think there is a 40 system. Let me back it up. No, there's only two. Is that one? Let's see if this one is one. Yeah, here we go. We got an Elite 45. That's the entry level for this. So you're gonna have to go in here, get the loot for this refinery. Whoops. Down here to this GS31. Uh, so when you have to get the loot, so you can go in here and make these pulls, and then get these parts. Unless you just want to, unless you decide you just want to go in the store and buy a bunch of parts to tear it up. That's not for someone your level. It's not going to be easy sledding to. To me, I think probably the entry level of somebody that can actually do something with the ship would probably be Ops 50. To be honest with you, because number one, these hostiles are not easy. So at Ops 40 where you're at, I don't think that would be the greatest choice because you're going to have a hard time tearing the ship up. You see, Op 70, and I don't have any loot in there because I don't like these solo armadas the way they're set up. Like I don't have a ship that I can get past wave 4 in this one. My strongest Krechna and my Enterprise, I was using all three of these ships. That one would die on the very first hostile, and these would be able to hit maybe two, and they were dead on wave 4. Now on the 50 side of it, which like in the events that they had, that the 50s wouldn't even score for me. I had to hit the 60 plus ones. I can get through wave 4, but you notice there's no loot in my store, so I'm not even engaging with that. But I do these all the time though. These the regular solo ones. I mean, they're really good with loot. With the loot for the faction store in here. Really good for getting loot. But because you got all three, this is for the because it gives you all three. It gives you the one for the solos, the mirror, and the regular. But the bad thing about it for the mirror, they didn't give us enough stuff to buy in the store to actually use this loot. That's why I got 76,000 of those, and the other, the proportion of where those are at. So, but as an ops 40, even though you can get the ship, I just don't know how you're gonna. I don't know how you're gonna tear it up without buying parts. To be honest with you. Um, I would say the Talios is the way I would go, or the NX-01 at 40 if you're looking to uh, get those two ships. To be honest with you, because the Tally I used all the way up to Op 60. Okay, we're there. Let's look and see what it. So let's find a battleship. We're not going to go against a triangle. We're going to need all the help we can get here. Okay, you can see I did survive. You know what? When I tested this before, I didn't have what's her name down there, Vial. I didn't that she wasn't in the game yet. So Vial's helping me uh, do these. Like I'm gonna get hull damage, of course, but I just can't believe how good it's doing though. Because last time I tested, I didn't have her below. That's the deal. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can sit there and effectively grind in this system with an X01 now. And look at the differential in power. Oh my gosh, so crewing, man, crewing and research. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the whole cargo bay, and then I'll quit. That'll probably give me the last milestone anyway of something I can't use. All right, let's find some. I'm gonna stay with the battleships. But you saw a while ago it really didn't matter what I hit with the junker because the junker's quite a bit stronger than that where it's at where I got mine. But I think your ops level going with it going what happened there? It's awesome. One of the roach guys came in there and hit my ship. Yeah. I'm gonna go get that dude. Let's see, did I get enough? I think I got enough for the. Yeah, I got enough for what I needed anyway, so it's not that big a deal. I got all my milestones, my that I needed. Boom. But I'll go after that dude here. Who is it? Why is it? Who's this? Has he got like four freaking ships in here? Well, that's a different 67. Is that his too? So he's got three ships in here. Oh my gosh. God. I'm using like a. He's using his G6 ships, and I'm using one of my gimmick ships. Or I use that's all I've used here is the gimmick ships. I think he's gonna try to go after the guy in my alliance. I told you he's got to win this event every week. There are guys that try every week, but they fail because the dude will he'll sit there and grind in here for hours. I'm surprised he's not in here already. Seeing that, let's see where that guy's got his. See, I hit that milestone there. No, that's a latinum brush. That's the mining one. Oh, I got another one of those. Good deal. I'm not close to making a pull yet though, because I just made one not too long ago. Okay, let's see. All right, where's it at? I'm just looking to see where he is on the leaderboard. Is he trying to make a push for the first place? Where's he at even on the list? Well, there he is. Well, hell, I've done better than he had with what I was doing. Oh, well, how far do we got? How much we need to finish filling this up? I'm gonna fill this up and I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna go back and start doing Klingon again so we can finish that event. But I'm just showing you that this crew right here, um, even him, he's sitting there. What's he using? God Almighty, why would somebody use their 70 ship to do these? Oh my gosh. See, I try to get away with this. With I don't like to use a sledgehammer to drive a nail. Using your 70 ship to ground these hostiles is a plus the cargo hold is really small compared to some of the other ships. You're like leaving a lot of loot on the table. He may have so much of it like I do that he doesn't care, but it still bothers me. I don't like not getting rewarded for something I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
It bugs me that I'm sitting here, I'm grinding for 2 hours, and I've had my cargo haul full after the fifth one, you know? And I know that I'm leaving all that loot on the table. I mean, you get these drop boxes up here too, but still, you're just leaving so much loot by using like one of your regular warships that doesn't have. Where's my ship at? Was it not clicking on the house stall? Here we go. I'm gonna fill it up with loot, then we're going back to doing Cleon again. And I would like to make a augment run if I can, but I don't know if we'll have time to do it. There's that last milestone there. Okay, let's go ahead and get this one too. Come on, click on it. Like I said, the game right now is buggy. You saw how hard it was for me to get through those screens earlier. He's using a speed crew in his 70 ship. You don't have to. You don't. I could sit there and with that junker that we had right there, and I could hit as many as he does with that ship. Yeah, that guy got it before I did. That's a problem when you got this many people in here doing it. You're gonna get cut off. Okay, where are we at? See, I'm almost full, and I still have a half a hull left over. Let's find another battleship. We should be almost full. Here we go. Well, there's one right in front of us. I thought that guy was going to hit it, so I didn't even go for it. Well, he's already there. If we're not full on that one, if one of these guys don't come down and hit that one, we'll be then. Boom. That'll be a full hull right there, probably. Okay. So, a little bit past half hull on the highest one, using a much small. Let's give you a taste of what people are using. That's a G6 ship. That's the 66 rare. I saw a cube in here. Cube that's probably tier 13. You've got a guy using another rare ship, 66 rare, and I'm using a ship that you can grind out for free. You know, but it's tiered all the way up. It's a tiered all the way up, but uh, it's a lot smaller than any of those guys' ships. Yeah, everybody's porting lag. Well, in GC now. I'm gonna put it back in AC so I can see what's going on with my alliance. Uh, I didn't do any arenas tonight. I didn't think I was going to because like I said, I was tired and I get frustrated because it's hard to get in matches. Well, I ruined my day. Okay, so we're gonna get. I got 127 million in the drops. plus all the loot I got in my ship, and that was from the armadas earlier. Okay, so let's let's go make that pull. I hadn't done it yet. I think I might go up. Like I said, I might go up and run. Put my armada crew in my cube again and go hit those rares. Where am I at? Why'd I go all the way down there for? Okay, I need to go to Armada Alliance. I was able to make 2 pulls. I was hoping that would be the case. So, gives me a bunch of G5 stuff. But I did get 105 rare parts. I got some uncommons, parts. Biggest thing is I got a full set of directives for the epic. These particles are pretty important. That is good. Then that gives me another pull for my Enterprise E for the whole boost on it. Or no, it's not the whole boost. It's uh, the ability. This will help me on my whole boost, but I'm not using it for my NX-01. I mean, not my NX-01, but my Enterprise. I'm using it for my Krechna because I haven't finished that one out. And I got a fair amount of good faction credits. Got some important 10 3-hour speed ups. That's very good. Um, so let's go in there. My ship should be back. We're going to do a quick switch. We're going to go up into rare. And my rule is if the guys can get there in 5 minutes to join my armada, I'll let them. If not, I'll just solo it. And this late at night, I probably might not get any takers. Because they know that I can solo these anytime I want. Okay, so let's swap ships. Go in my board cube. Make a slight little change here. Uh, you know what? Hugh might have made a difference in that too. I didn't think about that. That's the first time I've ever used him for, because most of those don't have enough the full boat on officers below. He could have made the difference too. But it was definitely her. I don't know that I had her or was using her yet when the last time I tested this, but I know I had these 4 below for sure. I might have had Tindy and Mariner here when I did it last time, but I don't think I had her unlocked or she wasn't in the game yet last time I checked when I tried the NX-01 up there. But that was and I think Q probably helped some too. All right, so we're gonna go into the Zindi space now. Whoops, why did it do that? It just dragged my your stuff with your stuff over almost into my screen here. Okay, let's see Zindi space. Here we go. So we're gonna go all the way up here. I'm gonna see first. I'm gonna see how many directives I have. I should have 5. If not, I'll make a pull. But I think I want to try to do 3, just to get so I can get the bonus pulls. Get a full set of those. And the cool thing on that one, there's no penalty on making the full pull because you're basically getting 3 starts. He's going to give you 25, 3 and 3. So But you get in a lot of these things, like in the refinery, especially if you want to make a full pull, and that's just one more extra chest. Uh, it's exponentially more than the three pull. So that's why most of the time you'll always see me do this instead of doing the full pull. Not because I think the value there is not there. Now for these bonus ones when they come in, because you're only going to get the common. I mean, you're going to get the rare and the uncommon. I'll make a full pull on all these when this opens up in 3 days, or no, 10 hours. That's 3 days. It's going to run. So in 10 hours when this opens up, you'll see me make full pulls on these and do what you're doing on the other one. It's Mega Dust. I was looking in the store. You can make a pull for this. This is a real good sourcing of the NX01 crew in here in this. Um, Real good sourcing. And I'll go ahead and make a full pull there. And then I'll get me some directives or fragments or whatever the hell. I don't make these pulls anymore because I can't really use them. Um, I've got all that research done. What's weird about it is I'm done. I know guys that spent lots of money buying the um, dust in the store, but I really didn't. I didn't really buy any of them, and like I said, the only thing I'm lacking is in the premium. So it looks like I still got enough to do. Five. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make a pull. Let's see. Let's go. And then this. It's just real expensive to do it, but that's a full set, a rare. I'm gonna let it tick down to like 10 minutes, and once if nobody's called out or anyone's up here, then let's see who this is. Do, do. Let's see. Let's get my crew going here. Or yeah, I got DeMarco on the. What I am gonna do instead, I'm gonna show my Enterprise Ease and Love here, and I do have somebody missing. So let's go ahead and let's borrow somebody. We'll go below deck. We'll put a Giorgio here. We'll borrow that from the Kreshna. Remember uh, the defense I hit earlier today. That this is the same alliance. It'll give me something to do while I'm waiting for this thing to tick down. Let's see what tier this is. I'm gonna see what crew he's got on there. Do, do, do. 50. So he's got a tier 10 one. Probably a little bit low for his ops level. He probably needs that one tiered out. Well, to be my little nephew so we can see their faces. uh, uh, that's what my nephew, when I have him, let him play my little, he was 2 or 3 years old when he first started playing. He's like 5 now. But he'd always tell me to blow it up so he could see their faces. Because most of the time I always have it like this so I can see the whole system. But when I let him grind in the system, he wants me to zoom it in so he can see their faces. Uh, I love that dude. They're in Florida right now. He's got a baseball game tomorrow, but we had so much rain. I doubt that because they're coming straight back because they're in a playoff game. They're coming straight back. They're probably on their way back right now. But I told my nephew. I said, "Well, you might check." We've had some torrential rains here in the Dallas area for the last day and a half. I doubt there's going to be a baseball field that's playable tomorrow, but so they don't have to rush their vacation back if it's a possibility. So I don't see anybody calling out. So I went past my normal 10 minutes, or 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. Yeah, well, I thought I was going to speed it up. There we go. So I'm going to hit 3 of these. This is mainly for the loot only. Well, no, I need all 3 of them because I don't have the starter loot. That's what they give you, those starter loot for if you start the Armada. You get that bonus. So I'm going to need to do 3 regardless. I was going to say, well, maybe I got enough loot to do a full pull. I probably have enough to do a full pull now, but I won't have the starter loot. I'm surprised at least we didn't get one guy come up here. But they know I'll wait like 5 minutes, and if nobody's called out, I'll do just like I did. But if the guy says, "Hey, I'm on my way," and it's past the 5 minutes, I won't start it. But he's got to let me know before that, because that's the whole idea of speeding them up. You don't have to sit up here for 15 minutes. Oh, I need to. Well, no, I do, but It's not going to count for the event. I was going to say, well, I need this for the event. No, these are not Klingon. I'm going to go ahead and hit them anyway. Get the loot. So after this, we'll fly it back and we should be done with that. Then we'll have to go back to Klingon space and finish the dailies. And hopefully that will be enough to finish it out. And then we'll call it a stream after that. I'll recall my. We might hit freebooters before we go. I forgot to even do them yesterday because I already had enough points in the battle. I mean, in the dailies to finish them. Okay, let's fly this back. Repair that. Even though it barely scratched the paint, it still cost me 4 minutes worth of damage. Okay, now we're good. Oh, I didn't redeem the thing up here. Okay. Now we're done. We should be able to do them in there now. Okay, 22. Oh, that's for the regular one. I didn't know I had an uncommon coming up. I might. Let's stop it. See where we're at. Stop. I think I got directives. We'll go back in the 61 space because I believe I do have directives. That one popped up while we were doing this. I didn't see it earlier. All right, let's see. All right, let's go. So we should have enough to do a full pull, and we do for the next one too. Okay, gave me a bunch of these. I'm just gonna store these for the next Alliance tournament because I don't have anything I can redeem right now. Okay. Let's see what we get. Come on, we'll get that. All right, that I needed that. 1 minute, 3 minutes, 3 hours. And if we could have done better speed up wise. But we did get some stuff that we needed. Okay, then we can go here. Redeem that, even though I don't think there's going to be anything I could use. Except for those right there, maybe. The rare ones are the only ones I really do. Why did that not? I just pulled that. Okay. There we go. Maybe it'll go away now. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is where it looks like the bugs and switch and screw. Come on, guy. Come on, dude. I'll push escape and see if it'll help. So the problem is completely locked out. I can't. There it goes. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here. Well, I can pull that. Okay, let's go back. Oh, I paid the wrong ship. Recall. Okay, we're gonna take that up there. Because I think I have one or two sets of, might even have two sets of directives. I haven't done these in a while. The last time we did them was a bunch of us that had directives, and we did like 10 or 15 of them. And I haven't needed directives because that one event that uses these Zindy one, you can do one rare and it finishes the event. That's kind of what I've been doing. Let's see if we got directives. Yeah, I was right. I got enough for two. Again, I'll give them 5 minutes. Might be some guys that want some of this instead of the rare. We'll go ahead and recall our miners. Yeah, that finished that event too. Well, now it's stuck. All right, let's do clear localization. It would be neat if it actually gave you all that stuff, but it really doesn't. It just gives you it the first time. Yeah, because I wouldn't consider it broke. Then I would just keep collecting. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on. Like I said, this thing has it broke. Now it's loading like it's supposed to. The key thing is the bullet time. Once it gives me a time up there, I know that that's reset. If I go there now, it's going to be empty. There we go. Okay, what were we doing? I think we're going through all the redemptions over here. Let's look at this. I mean, I think I do think I got enough to make a forbidden tech uh, upgrade. Okay, we did. Okay, that's done. That's done. That's okay. Everything's done there. Good. I thought it was. I thought I saw that little service thing going up there. Okay, so let's go into the forbidden tech. Trying to look for a non 50 that I can tier up. Okay, what does this do? I don't even know what ship I got this on. But we'll go ahead and do it. Just a score in the event. I just upgraded my Chaos Tech last night. That's the way it always goes. And the next day, one of these events will come out when I do it. It's good for the rest of the server because I'm kind of like the guy that washes his car and it rains, and that's one of those deals. You're gonna take this up pretty much, a pretty long way. It's taking me up there. I still got loot I can. The ones I got at 50, um, they've got this thing on like it's really that's the highest it will go till they because of what they were supposed to do is they were supposed to bring another level of the Q's trials was supposed to be added, and that was supposed to unlock to where it makes these more easier. Look, I got a 2% chance of victory. Um, so yeah. So what you can say is, 50. I did that. I wasted a bunch because I didn't have any other upgrades, but I did have some proto matter. So I went ahead and did this to 55. I won't do those anymore. I wasted so much of that loot trying to get it up. I'm not gonna. I just told myself once I get to 55, that'll be the only one that I take that high. Uh, so where's that one at? That was at 35 now. And some of these, the common here ones, that's as high as they go is 20. And I believe that this one's as high as it goes at 30. Yeah. So these ones right here, these from the Ferengi whip down, those are the ones I got unlocked. They're as high as they can go. The only ones I can make upgrades to really is these three, and the agony booth up here. I forgot about that one. I should have. Damn, I should have looked here. Let's see what the. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, 18,000. That's why it didn't light up. I didn't have that much proto matter. I'm trying to see what this is. Okay, where's that at? Oh, we're going after that guy. That's the guy that hit me in GC. Let's see if anybody joined us. Well, I got a minute. Let's go ahead and do that. Anybody jump in? No. Speed it up. Let's go back here now. We're gonna pop that dude's base. If he wasn't in there, I'd pop my station right next to him and make him move. Go ahead and cloak so he doesn't see me coming. Where's his? There's his base, I think, right there. Yeah, he's dead meat. Yeah, see, maybe we can. He's online because he hit me just a little bit ago. It's Let's go ahead and speed this thing up. He barely scratched the paint. He's got a fair amount of resources there. If he's not home, if he made the mistake to get offline and not shield, think he was safe up here, that's not gonna fare too well for him because I will clean that fucker out just for grins. All right, let's fly him home. We're gonna put our base right next to him. Let's see how much time we got going on the clock. So if you don't, so we got 10-minute shield. I may just wait till the 10 minutes get close, and then if his shield drops, move up here and get him. But I need to get one of my ships ready. So let's go ahead and put my amalgam. Um, until I get I think my other Klingon one done. This one's still the best right now, because I got the FT on it. I think if I put that one on my 68 ships, it would give me more. But I'm not ready to do that yet. Plus, it costs so much in rods to do it, to change it. But I like having the mining ones on the one that belongs because it does give it a boost, a significant boost. Let's see what we got in here. Artifacts. Yeah, we got all those there. All right. 32 seconds. And then I'm watching his ships too. See if he repairs. He repaired, so he's online like I thought he was. So, all right, let's go. Okay, let's change the cruise. We need to go back in Klingon space. Swap cruise. Alrighty, daddy, let's go. The one thing I am going to change, I'm going to put Janeway up here. Janeway and Doctor, because I'm pretty sure that they're the new meta now. I need to go test that. I just hadn't had time to do it yet. Let's see. Now that they're completely tiered out, that is. I probably the shift to go back with the Kirk brothers once I get both of them at 5. I'm pretty sure. Where'd it go? I'm in. Where am I at? I didn't know there was this much empty space in the whole game. Okay, there I am. Okay, so we need to go. We're in the 70 system. We're gonna jump. Okay, I'm going to go here, locate. There's one right there, right as we come in the door. Okay, let's see. Looks like it's a little light. We may have to go into the other system. I'll look. There's only this other one, so it's going to be better just to go into the deeper system because I know I'm not going to get enough 70s in that one to do my dailies. So why chase? I had that one, but this might be the one where I may have to pop back and forth. I hate that because it takes longer. It might take me 3 trips instead of 2. I need to go check that mission out and see what it is. Okay, let's look. There's a bunch of 70s in here. Not many 71s, but a bunch of 70s. Yeah, I don't even see it. I didn't see a 71 in either system. Maybe killing these will spawn a few, I'm hoping. Okay, now we need, I don't see any explorers, so I don't think using the beams is not going to, I'm going to have to take multiple shots on the, here's a 71. We can try to just find something that's, let's find that one that we shot a while ago. I think it was this one. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look to see how other people are doing music on the one thing that the guy showed me on the one video I saw. I using the sound effects portal. I don't think I want to do it that way. I'm gonna see if there's a different way to do it because if push comes to shove, I can always use my iPod again in this mixer. But I really don't want to do it. I like having the separate channels in the actual software to be able to split it. It's been kind of weird doing this without it. But there's so many aspects of this software I haven't even started to explore yet. I can see us doing some different things with this in the future because it just opened a bunch of doors.
like having people to do interviews. I can actually do that with this software relatively easy. Pretty much it's just send it if they've got a webcam or done Skype or anything ever on it. All you got to do is send them a link and it will actually just do everything for me. All I have to do is make a scene, um, a different type scene than what I got showing here, and it looks like that looked pretty relatively easy. I mean, I'm doing this whole thing together by just watching a few YouTube videos. So I haven't had any formal training in the software at all. I think we should might be done with this. Well, that one's going in there. Let's see if we got anything left in the actual. Okay, it was the first one. See if we're done with our milestones. No, not quite. Yeah, it died finally, but I'm going to go right back in there. How far am I? Let's look and see how far away I am from the daily milestone. And how I can do that is by going down here. You need 11. And like I said, 71s count as 2. So if I can get a couple 71s, it'll make that relatively easy. All right, let's do this. Okay, where's the 60? Did I kill them all? Oh man, let's go. Okay, we're gonna go on the other one. There's a few up top, but time I get there, it's gonna be using a lot of. Let's go in here, see if some spawned in here while we're going up there. This one might have to go back and forth. I just want to see if I have a better chance at finishing it in this one. A while ago I didn't. I only had saw 2. The one that I hit when I came in, and then one up top. Everything else was 69. Yeah, I wish they had a couple more systems. I wish they would have 3 systems and all of them had one particular hostile where you could go and hit. One had explorers, one had uh, interceptors, and one had battleships. And then they had a lot less 69s in it. Come on, there we go. Here's a 71. We'll go for that one first, but it looks like it's slim pickings in here. Dang it. Okay, there's a 70. You're going to make it hard. You're going to make it real hard. Okay, man, I'm going to try to finish the event first. Okay, there's another 70 to spawn. Here's 2 up here. I should have a full deal where I could pop that with a cutter. There we go. It should go at 8 if I've got a full setup there. Right now I got shows 5 boxes pulls. When it gets done, it'll have 8 there. And there's a damn it, man, it's making it hard on me. I already lost half my haul. I'm gonna have to make a third run. Damn it. I'll go up in that other system because there's nothing in here.
There's nothing spawns before we get before after I hit this. I'll try going one more time up top. Okay, let's go. Wait, I think. Wait a minute. I think I can hit one with a cutting beam. Let's get this one done, and we'll go up top. That'll count for the event, but not the dailies. How many do I need? Yeah, that did make a dent in the bucket. How did that not? I thought I had that score already. I may not be scoring right. Because I did hit like 5 in there, so it should have been. And I hit a couple 71s. Okay, where's this? Come on, where's some 70s? There isn't any in here but the one. Oh, here's one right there. We'll go up here and do this one. Yeah, I might have to wait and do it. Wait till a little bit later. Maybe some new ones will spawn up here, but right now there's nothing in either one of these systems. I hate when that happens. It happens every once in a while. Oh, let's see. Spawn, man. Spawn a new one. There's one right there. I'm not going to get enough, I don't think. Nope. How close I am to finish the event? That's, I think, from killing that right there. It looks like I'm about 3 away, 70s away from finishing it. All right, man, let's fix it and go back. I'm wasting jump juice like anything. All right, I'll go back. Come on, spawn me. If there's a 71 right there, good deal. There's another 71. But that is like that's all there is in here. So we may have to hit those two, then go up top. If none spawn. You know, I do. There's another 71 down here. Well, there's a 70 there. 70, 71. That 70 right there should hit the milestone. And I did. There's another 71 right there. Let's go ahead and use the beam. What happened there? Why did it not? Okay, I've got my daily too. So it was enough to give me my daily. Let's go see what this is. Since we're here. We got enough to hit another one of these. Let's go ahead and do that too. There's a Cleon ship. How big is it? That's a bonus right here to do this. I'll get that 70 on the way out. Where's the other one? Returns. Oh, hell. No, I don't want to do that. We'll do that another time. We'll just return. So we got both of those done. So we got a pretty good. Normally, sometimes I'll do well, especially when I get a free one in the same day. I just took kind of after we did the morning one, I just took a day off the rest of the day because I was tired. Um, Tomorrow I'll have to finish this up. I'll do it all in augment space. See what kind of pulls we got. Sometimes you get a 15-hour doing this. And we got two actually. So that's really good. Okay, now we'll go in there and we'll make that pull for the for the uncommon one here. All right. Oh, I got hopefully it got some bells. No bells. Yeah, I need to make a pull in there. That'll give me, I got another pull for next time it goes through. So it gave me a bunch of these, um, which is going to help for the next Alliance tournament. Because basically I don't have any way to spend those. I'll just say, they have nothing that I can really. Let me go ahead and just do that. There shouldn't be anything in. We'll see if there's anything in the. What is this? Artifact. I need to look at see if there's any of the events that I didn't do. Mirror Dust and Chaos Tech. Okay, let's go do the Chaos Tech one. I think we might have enough to do an upgrade on one of these. I went the wrong way. I tried to stop myself. Okay. So I've got that one tiered out. I got that one tiered out. I need. Which one do I got that in my C ship? So that's in my Kretchna. What do I have in? I don't remember what Chaos Tech I have in the. Here. That one's at 62. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can do with this one. I think that's the last one last upgrade I'll be able to do. Okay. We'll look in the mirror. I might speed up one of these just to. Do I want to? I'll just rather just use this. Go 3 days. I'll use one of my 15-hour ones. 3 hour one. This one. I got 115, so I'll get that done. Okay, let's look and see if we got any mirror dust stuff. I don't think so. I just did this the other day. I would really doubt that I may have a premium pull from that dust I just got. I mean, I guess it wasn't enough. Okay, that's something. Okay. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting kind of sleepy again, so yeah, I know I slept pretty good this afternoon, but trying to get some sleep to kind of get my sleep balance back up. Like I said, I think my body's been cashing receipts that I spent a while back. Okay, let's go ahead and claim all. That should be done with my dailies. Okay, I've still got a little bit. I still got my freebooters to go hit. I guess I'll do that before we leave. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is here. This is hoping I find somebody I can pop PvP in here. Otherwise, otherwise it's like again a sledgehammer hitting nail. I could actually do this with my Colinar back in the day. Let's see who this is. Ah, I'm not gonna hit him. He saw me come in, so think I was gonna get him. So that worked just as good. You know, kind of barren. Usually there's a bunch of guys grinding here late at night trying to do their dailies. Rare that I got this whole thing to myself. That should be enough to put me over the top on the deal, but the ones I just toggled. Because basically I think it's either 7 or 8 I have to hit. There's 7 milestones that I need to hit here. I would like to go ahead and do my forbidden tech my Q's trials, but they got an event tomorrow for Tech Tuesday. So what I'll do is I'll save this one and then wait for do enough to do my dailies and do the rest after the daily reset, so I don't waste these bells because I don't have many of them. I haven't had a lucky draw on one of those in a while, but we can see if we can get some though while that's doing its thing. Let's go in X-Borg. Okay, I made that pull this morning, so I'll have to try again later. But I'm sure I'm really low on those bells. Where's another place you can get them? There are 2 places on here you can get them. I can't remember where the other one is. Let's look at them. Oh yeah. Okay, but it's usually a long shot. But I'm gonna try it anyway. We go into the Forbidden Tech. We'll go ahead and make. Well, I don't have any rods to pull. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Sometimes, well, I'm gonna go ahead and make that pull. But sometimes in this one, you got a chance for bells. But it's always seems like it's more of a long shot. What's that doing over here? Um, yeah, usually you get stuff you can't use. See, I wish when they would do for this one especially because um, there's a lot of stuff in there that once you do the art, get the artifacts that in that deal, they just keep giving it to you. But anyway, so I'm gonna call it a stream tonight, and thanks for any of you guys that were in here. Thanks for the chatter. Until next time.